that I remember being there last year at the first Strut Your Mutt, and it was a lot of fun. It's fun to see people with their dogs. We all love our dogs, and it's amazing how sometimes dogs kind of take on their owner's persona, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Matter of fact, as I was looking at the brochure here, it seemed like that might have been one of the categories or something like last year. But it was really a lot of fun that was a part of it. Yeah, the best dressed couple with the owner and the dog.
Yes.
That was one of the categories, so it was a lot of fun. Well, let's kind of start from the beginning. Again, you're an advocate and an outreach specialist for the Family Violence Program. We may be joined by another guest in a few minutes, so if she walks in here, we'll get her on here in a few minutes as well. Tell us a little bit about the Family Violence Program and what you do there, Lydia.
So I'm a court advocate, and that's just one of our services. Everything we do is free to any individual or their family member who may be affected by domestic or sexual violence. We have a confidential shelter, like a safe house.
Yes.
We have transportation specialists. We have a 24-hour hotline for anyone in crisis or anyone that just needs to talk. We offer group and individual counseling with anyone dealing with anything like that. Of course, court advocacy. So that's my role. And then we just offer all the resources that we can to help anyone to get out, get better. Anybody that's been, even the children, if the children have been involved there, they can come stay at our house if they need to. So.
Again, we're speaking with Lydia Brennan. She is here, an advocate and an outreach specialist for the Family Violence Program. Now, I think if I've got all this right, it's part of the Family Resource Agency. Am I right?
Yes. So the Family Resource Agency has an umbrella, and the Head Start is under, and the Family Violence Program is also underneath there.
And so you guys do a tremendous job in our community in many, many different ways.
Thanks.
And I would think that when you're going through, just using the word family violence, whether it's a male, female, children, whatever the case may be, a lot of people are embarrassed about this. A lot of people probably don't know where to begin to get out of those circumstances. So it's great to know that they have this family violence program, that they can come in, talk to someone, not in a judge manner way, but someone that's physically and mentally there to help them get through this, right?
Absolutely. And we accept anybody of any gender, race, height, whatever.
Right. Just anybody that needs your assistance, you guys are going to be there to get them through. And of course, you said that this is no cost to them.
Absolutely. Our nonprofit organization, all of our services are 100% free.
Now, let me ask you this. So, a lot of programs may be similar to this. People have to be kind of referred or something like that. Is that your thing, or is it just people can call in themselves and say, look, I really need some help with what's going on in my family?
Absolutely. We want to help anybody. Of course, our safe house is in a discreet location.
Yes.
We try to help people with safety plans. Sometimes people want to meet with us. Sometimes they just want to talk.
Yeah.
So anything that we can do to help anyone in a situation like that, we are going to do it.
You know, and I would think a lot of this, as I said, that sometimes people are just embarrassed about the circumstances that they're in. So you don't really confide in maybe a family member or maybe a coworker. You know, it's just one of those things that people are private a lot of times, and they're, like I said, embarrassed and things like that. So someone that's on the outside that they feel they can confide in and kind of get this process started of getting themselves out of such a bad circumstance, that is so important, because they need someone that is on their side, that's not going to be judgmental.
Right. And I think a big thing is people are afraid because they don't know how they're going to live their life if they leave. We find a way, you know, even if our house is full, our shelter is full, we reach out all around outside Bradley County. So we'll find somewhere for someone to go if they need a place to go.
You know, during this pandemic that we've just come out of, a lot of people have said that unfortunately, that family violence has kind of went up because people were trapped at home more. When I say the word trapped, I don't mean that in a negative way. Just they were home more. They had to be home more. So I'm assuming that the need for what you guys do, you've probably seen an increase in that.
I would say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, sadly, yes.
Yeah. So that's thing there. And as we open up the door and welcome in the other guest that we were expecting, Tony Miles, my good friend, is here as well. As always, it's so great to see Tony Miles, one of my favorite people in the world. One of the first people I actually met when I started working in radio, about now close to 9 years ago.
You know what? 9 years since I came to Cleveland, Tennessee.
Yeah, so we must have met around the same time. Tony Miles, now you're a board member as we're getting into our broadcast here. So I'm just going to kind of let you introduce yourself as a board member and maybe pull that mic a little bit closer to you as you just got in the screenshot there, and just kind of walk us through with what your part is and what you feel. I know you're very passionate about things you're involved in, so tell us about your part with the Family Violence Program.
Well, one of the things, as you know, I love organizations that are about the causes that uplift people, especially those that are hurting.
Sure.
And the least of these. And one of the greatest organizations we have here, besides the Family Resource Agency, in which I sit on the board, but it stewards the Family Violence Program. And that's what I want people to understand. Not only Head Start, but the Family Violence Program. And this program is also near and dear to my heart because I understand personally what it is to grow up and find yourself in a situation that your mother and the children are fearful for their lives.
Yes.
Or let's be fair, it can also be on the other side.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
And we're finding that out more and more today. But no one should have to live in fear.
Sure.
And so this is very near and dear to my heart. So part of being on the board is that our responsibility is to ensure that we have the funds we need to do the things that we tell the community we are doing. And I know the impact of the Family Violence Program. I see the numbers. We have the Safe Harbor House that we, take on full responsibility of.
Right.
Okay? From the property to the utility bills to all of that. And we house several families in there and take care of their needs from head to toe. Mm-hmm. And in addition to that, for this community, we help to keep it safe because we also monitor and provide expertise on a 24-hour protection service that people can call.
Yes.
Okay, when they are in trouble, or even if that person who is causing the trouble, they can call for help. And that's the other thing that I love about this program. We help everybody that's involved and makes our community a safer community for families to thrive.
Good information. Well, we're really good information here. Again, Tony and Lydia are here talking about the Family Violence Program. Now, we talked about what your purpose is and what you guys do. And I know it takes funds to be able to do that.
Yes.
I do have one other question before we get to the fundraiser that we're going to talk about. I'm always curious for people that's boots on the ground. That's what you guys are. Would we, as a community, be surprised how much your facilities are used? I mean, in our mind, the people that's going about up and down Mouse Creek Road here, living and breathing and doing their things, we're thinking, that probably happens, but it's probably minuscule. But I think we would be surprised by the people like you that's in that. Of course, we're not going to discuss numbers or anything.
No, we can't.
But I think we would be surprised, right? I mean, we can at least say that.
You would definitely be surprised, and I would even say, you jump in here, because you're more on the boots than I am. But even now, post-COVID, and that's just what I call it,
sure,
people experience so much trauma. And just to survive, they pushed all that trauma and pain down. And so we have people who have never, ever been angry before. They are walking around, and they are a ticking bomb.
Right.
And yes, it has increased significantly. It was bad 3 years ago. It's even greater now.
Right. That's just something I just want to show the importance of fundraising efforts like what we're getting ready to talk about. And really, I think if you set up a booth and this was the only thing that we were discussing, it's hard to gather people to hear certain stories. You know, some of us, we want to tune it out. That's kind of how we live our lives, let's face it. But when you talk about bringing something fun to an event like this, like you guys are doing again for the second time, it's a way to bring awareness, but it's also a way to bring a little bit of lightheartedness to this, to raise funds so you guys can go back and do what you do. So this second annual Strut Your Mutt that is coming up, I love the name. Like I said, I was there last year when we did this, and that was a lot of fun. So let's really dive in here for about 5 minutes, two to 5 minutes here as we're finishing up our time. Let's talk about this event particularly, and we got registration. You can register your dog. We got all kinds of categories. So walk me through, what are we wanting people to do? What are we wanting to get them across today?
Well, what we want to get across is this. And you're right about how do we make a subject matter that is hard to hear, but bring awareness to it. And I love this because it was an idea of one of our members, staff members, to strut your mutt because people love their animals. They love their dogs.
Yes.
So it was an opportunity to honor that and honor that love, but it's a way of, you know, we would do anything for our dogs.
We do. You're right.
Okay, we dress them up, we pet on them, we carry them around, we put them in strollers. So that's the same type of love that we need to exchange with one another, and especially in a family.
Sure.
So it connects. And so we just thought this would be a great opportunity. So we need people. We have, they can go to our website and they can register their Mutt online, and they can participate that way and raise money that way. They online.
Right.
But we really want people to come out to the park on September 17th and participate in the in-person.
Yes.
And really strut their mutt across the stage. And we have several categories: best looking pooch, best rescue dog, best dressed couple, that's the owner and the dog, the best trick, the best strut. You know, I'm into that.
Yeah, we're going to strut our stuff. Absolutely.
And the most possum pooch. And then we have one other special category for the best non-canine friend, because we know that some people have other animals like cats.
Right. That's not a canine, so we want to include them as well. Yeah, the one that I remembered from last year that really touched me was that best rescue dog. I remember the dog kind of vividly in my mind when they were strutting them across the stage. This dog was definitely a rescue dog, had been abused.
Yes.
And this dog was about as happy as any dog I've ever seen. And you could tell that dog had a really torturous life up to the point where he or she had been rescued. And man, I think it brought people to tears to see this dog just as happy as can be, and he was just strutting his stuff, and he was. I even think he might have been missing one of his legs, if I remember. Yeah. Am I right?
I think so.
And just bless his heart, you couldn't have told him anything. He was just as happy as anybody else to be there. But that's good stuff, and we're looking forward to people registering your dog for these categories. Again, you're helping the Family Violence Program and the Harbor Safe House here. There's other things going on. Go ahead.
There's other things going on. We have some special guests. We will be telling our stories. A couple of our survivors will be coming to share on the other side of that story. And we have K9 Officer Joker is going to be there.
One of the famous canines in our community, absolutely.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. And we have lots of other stuff. There will be music going on. We have food vendors being there. There's gift prizes and trophies for first, second, and third places. We got door prizes. It's a family event.
Yes. You
can bring your children. We all can have just a good time. And then in the end, and hear my heart here, everybody that knows me know I'm not shy.
Right.
We need $25,000.
Okay. Just put it out there, right?
And so if you can't come, you can go on the website and you can donate.
Right.
And so we really need that. We're getting very close to the deadline for sponsorships, but if you call Catherine Rice at 423-303-3519, she will talk with you about sponsorships. She'd be glad to give you more information as to how you can be a sponsor.
Right.
And all the things you receive. Our goal is to honor you for being that sponsor. There are several levels, very affordable to, you have to dig deep in your pocket.
Yeah.
Okay?
This ain't your first rodeo asking for money, girl.
No, it's not. Not for great causes like this.
No.
And a cause that transforms lives.
You know, and that's what we always say. Whenever you talk to people, you always say, I want to touch lives in a positive manner. I want to give back to my community. These are things that we all say, but sometimes you got to take it the next step and put it into action.
Right.
So this is what we're asking people to do. Whether you're a business owner, whether you're an individual, whether you're just someone who's like, hey, I can't do much, but I've got a dog and I want to bring him out and strut my mutt, and I'm going to do one of the categories or two of the categories,
yes,
and just have a lot of fun with this. We need your help, and you're going to see the benefits of this. You may never meet the person that you're helping.
Right.
But in your hearts of hearts, you can be made sure that someday in heaven you're going to get that reward.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're helping someone that is probably at one of their lowest points in their life.
Yes.
When you're a family unit or an individual or children and you're going through these things that we've been discussing in this conversation, you need someone there to help you. You got to get out of that to get on the other side to get better. So we need your help, and we hope that you will be a part of this. We're gonna wind up here with Lydia. Lydia, I want you to come back on. I want you to tell me again the website and what we need to know, and let's go ahead and get this final information out here.
Well, a lot of our information is on our Facebook page.
Okay.
It's facebook.com/family violence program. We're also on Instagram, and we're on TikTok. So we're kind of getting those platforms going.
Yeah, look at you go, girl. Yeah.
Young people.
Yeah.
Yes. And we have lots of information on our event on Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook, so that's what I promote a lot. So all the details about, like, the link to the event page, sponsorship, all that, it's all in there.
All right, so again, it's the second annual Strut Your Mutt, Saturday, September the 17th, 11 a.m. That's on a Saturday. You won't take much of your day up there. It'll be a lot of fun at the Hoyt Berry Municipal Park there in Charleston. Please come out, help support the Family Violence Program and everything that they do here. I love your slogan, Family Violence Program, we give hope. And you can give hope by making those monetary donations or just bringing your family out and just participating in this day. So please register and get involved in sponsorships or whatever you can do. Lydia, Tony, you got something else before we go?
Well, I just want to thank those real quickly, those that have already given.
Sure.
And those that have already sponsored the program. Thank you so much.
Right.
I just wanted to, I didn't want to forget that.
All right, and always welcome to get those things in there, those plugs in there for sure. Again, second annual Strut Your Mutt, Saturday, September 17th in Charleston there at the Municipal Park. We need you to get involved, so make sure that you check out all the social media platforms with the Family Violence Program, Harbor Safe House. We're looking forward to seeing you there. We're going to take just a quick break. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay right here with us on Mix 104.1 WCLE.
This is Thomas Williams with Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. Stop by today and take advantage of